Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're well. You'll have to bear with me on the audio. It is windy as all get out here in North Carolina today. Still fighting that cold a little bit. 60 degrees. Not that I'm a weatherman, but pretty good. Enjoying in my Buc-ee's cup. Yeah, this place is nuts. I can't even take it but for 5 or 10 minutes. Too many people. But I got a cup. So, enjoying some Sleepy Hollow. This is 3 years old, and I know aromatics, they say, lose their zing. This one has it. Still very good. But I bought like a pound in 2020, so I'm good for the next 5 years probably. Anyhow, had a great visit last night with some good friends. Curmudgeon Piper Doug and the Divine Miss Lee came over. And Doug and Miss Lee, every time we get together, we always say the same thing. We live 45 minutes away. Why don't we do this more? Life gets in the way, right? And I'm going to, hopefully the picture that, I'm going to try to put a picture in. Last time I did it, it wouldn't take, but try to put a picture in to start the video. That was us last night. Sorry we didn't do a video. We talked about it. We're just too busy. You know, we were solving the world's problems, which, you know, two very smart and handsome fellas like ourselves, we were making some headway. And then somehow the topic switched to, if we were a superhero, what superpower would we love to have the most, and how would we use it improperly? Because if you know Doug, or if you know me, we probably, you know, we would use it improperly. That's just the way it goes, man. I obviously took X-ray vision. Do the math. And yeah, you could really use that improperly. Doug, for some reason, took Wonder Woman's invisible lasso. I never quite could understand it, but something about hog tying people and making them do his bidding. I don't know. Good thing he doesn't have an invisible lasso, I guess. But in all seriousness, we had a great visit. Good fellowship. Had some excellent chili. Way too much food. Mrs. Bucka and I, when we host, that's why we didn't do a Halloween party this year, is because last year we just went overboard. And I'm trying to let her, Mrs. Buckeye and myself, know, hey, simple's better. You know, we could do a potluck and we could still have a Halloween party that's a dress-up party. Everybody wanted us to have another one this year because they had a blast, but it was weeks of work, man. And the 2 days before the party, it was non-stop work. We just did too much. We just did too much. And speaking about too much, that leads me into, you know, one thing Doug and I were talking about last night. Especially in this era of, if you've watched my other videos, going through some challenging times with employment. And we're blessed beyond measure. Don't get me wrong. We've got a roof over our head. We got food. We're warm, we're dry. We've got clothes on our back. We have transportation. I mean, we're blessed beyond measure. There's people that would kill to be in that position, and we know that. But, you know, one thing I shared with Doug is I really think the Lord's taken me through this season, you know, first of all, to humble me a little bit, which is good. And to really show me you don't need everything. You don't need to keep up with the Joneses. You don't need fancy stuff. And this is what Doug and I were talking about last night. You know, I got caught up in I'm getting the esotericas and the Throckmortons, and that stuff's cool and it's good. But at the end of the day, if all you could afford, and not just afford, all you need is a simple corn cob pipe and a pouch of Captain Black or Carter Hall, And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. At all. Now, I'm not saying the folks that I still have a cellar full of fancy tobacco. You know, I've sold a lot, but there's still stuff in there. I'm not begrudging anybody. If that's your jam and you can afford to buy esoterica and smoke it daily, hey man, I don't begrudge anybody that. But this season, you know, Mrs. Buckeye and I were talking, has really showed us we don't need everything. You know, we used to like to go out to eat a lot, and you know, I've been cooking at home, she's been cooking at home. We've been just happy as all get out. Probably more happier than when we were going out to eat, to be honest. It's been good. So this has been a good lesson for me. On the positive front, I do have some opportunities. None of them are local. One's more local than the other. One is in Connecticut. That would be a tough. If we got to do it, we got to do it. But that would be me living in an apartment and flying home 2 or 3 times a month. That would be tough. The other's in Randleman, North Carolina. Still 200 miles away, but still live in an apartment, but much easier to drive home every weekend. And we could handle that for a while. We'll see where life takes us. So, you know, praising the Lord for that. Yeah, man. Good conversation with Doug and Miss Lee, and you know, Doug and I tried to solve some world problems, but we come to the conclusion that most people aren't going to listen. So, even though we're handsome and intelligent, bearded, semi-bearded individuals that enjoy pipe smoking and making videos and apparently using superpowers inappropriately. That's all for today. I'll probably jump back on here later. I'm glad I'm getting back into pipe smoking. I enjoy it. I got away from it from a period. It's too much going on. But it's fun and relaxing. Doug and I enjoyed some quiet nights last night, and it was really good. And I hadn't smoked it a lot in a while, so I could kind of felt it a little bit. Which is okay. But anyways, hey everybody, take care of yourselves. You know, do what's right for you. Doug says it best. Be humble, be grateful for what you have. And, you know, that's a good lesson for all of us. If you really stop to think about it, we had some good dialogue around that last night, as I said. Be humble for everything that you have. So if you have 1 corncob pipe, 1 pouch of Carter Hall, 1 Bic lighter, and a twig as a tamper, I would tell you got more than millions of people. So, anyhow, folks, take care. Glad you stopped in. I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, drop a link below deck. And hey, enjoy your day. Cold and flu season. Don't forget to wash your damn hands. We'll see you later, everybody. Have a great day.